We're on
Reflection 2?
Yeah, reflection 2.
Oh boy, dude.
A new
Just
day
remember,
arrives.
canonically, it's lunchtime from now on. And all these scenes.
Yeah. A new day arrives. Another lunch arrives. Sayori arrives in the club room earlier than usual. That is, not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down. She doesn't shit on a desk. She does not shit on a desk. She sits down very quietly, and nothing comes out of her. Nothing, not even air. She sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts. Her thoughts come out of her, but nothing else. Sayori has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry.
What other inspiration for poetry is there? Than your own thoughts?
I don't know, maybe like pictures and shit. Like you see a bird and you're like, aha! That's it! That's the one! My heart feels vacant because a ship sailed away.
Yo!
Natsuki? Natsuki pokes her head out from behind the closet door. It
What's that
only
weird
appeared
shit you
empty.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Oh, there's fucking shrimp on my mic. I thought it would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I doubt you want me listening in on your poetry stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for realizing that.
Did I let you finish that up then, or?
Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting.
Where's Monica, by the way?
Oh, she's out in the hallway.
She's just standing in the hallway!
Is she trying to catch Yuri or something, or?
Huh? Why?
Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into the club room by herself, so... Oh yeah, she was sitting outside the door that one day.
Yeah.
And because she didn't want to talk to Sayori. She's just sitting out there. Aw.
Jeez, does Yuri really let things bother her for that long?
What the fuck did I just say yesterday about talking bad about my friends? Do I have to fight you? Do I have to do it? Your pigtails will make excellent handholds.
I'll fucking knife a little girl.
You fucked up, girl. She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while. But as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. Natsuki says, thinking about shrimp again.
Can you hear me?
No, I just assumed that's why you didn't say anything.
Well, she just said,
Oh, okay.
I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. I don't want to be bothered by it. It's so stupid. Her opinion of me doesn't matter anyway.
Man, Natsuki,
Besides,
you're
it makes
taking
me
it
feel
awfully
really-
personally for somebody that doesn't care.
It makes me feel really guilty too, and I hate that.
It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak.
I didn't say that shit. You're fucking projecting on me right now.
Let's figure this out together.
Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff, though.
Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from.
Well, I was happy with the way things were before we had that conversation yesterday.
What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about manga?
Maybe. I doubt it, though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time. I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen.
It's cause she care about Yuri, yo.
Yeah.
She do care about Yuri.
Yep.
Oh shit. Is it because it came from Yuri?
No! Why would that matter? I mean... Well... Maybe.
Get her. Get her, Sayori!
I just hate that she thinks she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. What the fuck?
She wishes she was more like Yuri.
Yeah, that's what it is. At least other people decide they don't like me or manga or whatever. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance.
Maybe she doesn't care. Maybe she doesn't. No, whatever. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you give Yuri's book a chance?
Oh no! Obviously not.
What about before this?
Definitely fucking not. Jesus. I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long.
Really cut
But
right
if you
to
actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated.
I see. But, you know, I like Yuri's book.
Yeah, but you like manga more, right?
Sayori takes every ounce of her strength to shake her head. Or nod, rather. I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. But the most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So I love them both. And I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. And I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think. Stop making so much sense, I don't like it.
How do you get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Like, first it was with Monaco when I was new to the club. And then it was with you, and now it's Yuri. And I was like, oh, that person's being such a jerk. And if they just realize that, we can all get along. But nobody else has this problem. I just keep running away from the reality that everyone's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me.
Aww.
And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it.
Natsuki. Sayori puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know? And sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication, and it feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of reflection and self-awareness and vulnerability.
Are those the titles of all the fucking things?
Vulnerability, I don't think is. I think the last one's self-love. But,
This one's reflection.
yeah, reflection was in there, understanding was in there.
I think vulnerability was one too.
Maybe it was. I'm trying to
I'm bad
remember.
at
The
that
first
one.
one. The first one was
Trust, I think.
trust. The second one was understanding. The third was respect. The fourth one was balance. And there's this one. That's reflection. And then self.
I'm bad at that
But
one.
yeah. Either way.
Vulnerability. I always have to be the strongest.
What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you.
Well,
Sayori's so fucking good, dude.
yeah. It sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like, my friends and I guess my dad, like when I don't get good grades or even stupid things like if my room isn't clean. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So things always have to be everyone else's fault. Feels like if something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry and I always find ways to blame everyone else instead.
Do you see yourself as better than Yuri?
If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself.
No. Our thoughts and our feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn about ourselves. That's a part of vulnerability, you know? Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. Dude.
Yep.
This shit. Oh.
Yeah, it's bringing it home for you.
This fucking shit, dude.
I'm telling you, man, all these side stories just are read like a fucking
did they
instruction
hire?
manual on how to not be a piece of shit.
Who did they do that? How? Get out of here. Get out of here, David. Get out of here with all this writing.
I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person. Because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. And she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase, and then I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way.
You're not terrible. You are not your feelings.
But
You are not your feelings. Say that to yourself out loud right now.
fine. I am not my feelings.
The way I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house and you gotta see each other every day. And even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then, and it's gonna make you feel like poop. So, the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other, and maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand?
How do you know so much about this stuff?
I'm really, really fucked up. I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. There we go. Called depression.
Oh, she's just fucking straight up
Yep.
putting her cards on the table.
Telling you, man, I'm channeling her. Ooh.
But you're like the happiest person I know.
I'm not my feelings. Damn. That would kind of struck me, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I want to be a good person like you.
Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. You and Yuri and Monica. And I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you. Natsuki remains silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, it's a complicated mixture of pain and sadness, and it seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside. Was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she was inflicting a wound after becoming vulnerable, or she was inflicted a wound. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Dude, have you ever heard the Kanye West song that he wrote for his mom after she passed?
No.
Dude, first of all, I've never really been into Kanye,
Yeah.
but man, there's this one line in it, which, by the way, it's a beautiful song. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, I can't believe it was Kanye West, you know, like, but, it's, the line that struck me was, it got, Sayori's thing about you're not your feelings, reminded me of it. It's, you're not perfect, but you're not your mistakes. And when she said you're not your feelings, I was like, oh shit, dude. Oh man, hold up. Hold up, I heard something like this once. Yeah.
Oh
Dude,
god.
man. Who wrote this? Whoever did, very good job. Thank you for writing it. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's making me think with my big brain.
Yeah, dude. Your big kid brain. Your upstairs brain.
My upstairs brain. Waking my fucking roommate up. Being like, yo, can we talk for a sec? Got some shit to work out.
Yuri, what are you doing all the way over here? I was looking for you.
That's a vending machine, Monica. You fucking
Oh
blind
shit!
idiot.
Sorry! I'm sorry, God. It's just so tall. It's hard to tell them apart.
Yeah, she do be stacked.
What? Like
a
her
vending machine.
breasts. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're talking about the vending. Oh, hello! I'm just talking to God.
I don't believe in God. Also, please don't yell at me.
I'm not going to yell at you.
I'm gonna
I just wanted to say I'm
break
sorry
your neck.
What? I just wanted to say I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair to me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time I won't try to jump in and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine.
You're not mad at me?
I thought you was mad at me.
Get out of my pocket, stupid wallet. Throwing off my balance.
My clicking balance.
Yeah. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset.
Hold on. That's not what happened at all.
You talking shit about my girl, Yuri?
Let's talk
Girl.
about this, okay?
You better not be talking shit about my girl, Yuri. You may look like Yuri, but I won't let you talk about her.
Nice.
Yuri pauses for a second, then manages a nod. Monica takes a seat next to her on the staircase. Why are you still standing up, Yuri? Sit down. Relax. Goddamn. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I can't get away from them.
What kinds of negative thought patterns?
Dude, when did these girls take a psychology class? They're like, oh shit, here we go. Gonna break out the fucking textbook of psychology. Gonna help these bitches out. And they are. They're helping a lot.
I'm having a lot of negatively valenced feelings.
Like, everyone hates me. Especially Natsuki.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you.
How do you know?
Well, because...
Monica thinks back to a time that she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki. And how a display of adultedness from Monica was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well.
I think that Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels like she has to protect herself. But you know, she's not a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate. She's just... Well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it.
Oh. You remember when she wrote the poem to the main character?
No.
Where because Monica was being dismissive and Yuri was going to fucking Looney Town in a handbasket, that she wrote the quote-unquote poem that she's like, hey, I'm really worried about Yuri and like I don't know how to say it, and Monica is like acting like it's not a big deal. Please pretend like this is like a poem that's really good and like get her help, please. Like I'll make you cupcakes, whatever it takes. Like,
Yeah.
Natsuki's good. She just bad too.
She's just also a bad one.
But that means the burden is on me. I don't know
Always
how to
has
say
been.
things.
Sorry, I'm just quoting Never Back Down. Sorry, have you seen that movie? 2000, 2006, 2007, somewhere in there?
Do I look like I watch movies? Do I?
Wow. Okay.
Do I, Monica? Hell no. If it's not in a book, I've never seen it. Harry Potter was made into movies? Man, learn new shit every day.
Harry Potter was a book first, and then a movie.
Only ever a book. I didn't even realize. I thought libraries were the only thing. Theaters?
The only thing that exists.
And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, I just... Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs on her hair.
It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I think anyone would like you if they had a chance to get to know you.
Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. Thanks for lying to me, though. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said that she found it more respectable when people speak their mind, so I did, and then she hated me anyway.
Oh.
That was enough to confirm my fears. I was right. And it just... Look at me now.
So Yuri and I like you, and we've gotten to know you a lot by now, right?
I don't like that. That doesn't fit into my space. I like the confirmation of only the bad things about me.
And yeah, it doesn't quite fit your narrative, does it?
Yeah, and I don't like that. I'll be straight up with you. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's almost like maybe one of those things should be updated.
Doesn't sound true to me.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to have a response.
Hey, what do you think of Natsuki?
I don't think about her at all.
That's not what I meant, really.
I just...
I was just wondering if you had a bad opinion of her.
I do.
What is it?
Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her. And it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong. And my feelings about her are wrong. And I'm wrong for getting upset over something so childish and inconsequential.
No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong.
Well, they're not right.
That's the thing. That's it right there. Feelings are never right nor wrong, you know? They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club.
Bitch, you ain't your feelings. Say it. Fucking say it right now.
I'm going to say it differently. You know how in Spider-Man they say great power comes great responsibility, but they say it different every time? It's going to be like that here. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things.
Oh, you mean in like each universe they say it different? Like
Yeah.
each Spider-Verse. I thought you meant in each place they say it different. I'm like, I don't know. Spider-Man 1 through 3, they just said the exact lines. With great power comes great responsibility. Exactly the same every time.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about like
Okay,
Raimi, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. They just have different iterations of it.
Did you see Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good-ass movie, dude.
Yeah, it was a good ass flick, dude. Let's talk
That
about it.
was
Let's rap,
good.
baby.
Yeah.
I like the part
Man.
when the guy turned out to be the bad guy the whole time.
Yeah. I like the way that Kingpin always took up, like, the entire screen. I love that shit so much. He was so big.
No
He was
rule of
huge.
thirds for that big boy, dude. No
It
rule of
was
thirds.
enormous.
Rule of fucking 4/5 more like.
It really was. Holy shit. Big old man. God damn. Anyway.
I like the part when he at the end he copies the original Spider-Man, the
Yeah.
way he got up there, and the other Spider-Men are like, "Whoa, where did he learn that shit? Did you teach him that?" And all of them are like, "No, I didn't teach him that."
Yeah.
And it's because he learned it from the very first Spider-Man, dude. Good as hell. Good.
All right, I'll rewatch it. Fine. God. Okay. Geez, stop Stop beating me over the head with it, God. I'll watch it right after this. Quit twisting my arm.
Let's watch it right now. Let's watch it together.
Yeah, fine. Can we finish this line first, at least?
I already read this line.
Okay.
Or we can, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I could never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think that working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork.
Yuri wears a dejected expression. She only wears it, though. You make it sound so easy. You're so adult-like.
Thank you.
And so good with people.
Oh, yes. Please, don't stop.
I feel like such a not adult in comparison.
Oh, no. Fucking, I meant keep...
Also, like,
I meant keep
really...
keep lifting me up.
Also,
don't push
you're
yourself
really,
down.
Also, you're really cute.
Oh,
your
that's
hair
good.
is pretty. And your
Thanks.
eyes are fucking striking green.
That's
and your
great,
hip
yes,
to waist ratio is amazing.
Yes, keep
God,
on.
it just... Whew.
Go back. I didn't read that last line.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, she just says, "Oh, Yuri, I'm far from perfect, but do go on though. These are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your fault.
I just want to be a good person.
Well, I think that takes a good person to. I think it takes a good person to get this far.
And it takes a good person to want to be a good person. Like, that's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her.
Communicate what?
What the fuck have we been talking about this entire time?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking a lot about shrimp. This conversation's lasting through most of my lunchtime.
Oh, okay. I thought you were thinking about Spider-Man. I heard God whispering about it.
Have you seen the new Spider-Man? Into the Spider-Verse?
No, we can't. We can't do this. Also, I haven't seen it. I have established that I don't watch movies.
I'm sorry. Yes, I
I
forgot.
certainly don't read comic books.
Because I was thinking a lot about Spider-Man and all his cool antics.
I don't at night get really naughty thoughts and read comic books like a bad girl.
About Spider-Man?
Spider-Man comics. I cheat on my fantasy novels with Spider-Man. God, I just want him to hang me from the ceiling and kiss me upside down.
What? Oh. Okay.
I could kiss you upside down.
Oh, what? Oh, God. You want to kiss Yuri upside down?
He whispers. God whispers in Monica's ear. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me.
Yeah, I think the real crux of the issue between Yuri and Natsuki is that they both think they've grown up and become better people. But with Yuri, it was by reading all these fantasy novels and doing all this mature stuff. And with Natsuki, it was getting through this edgy phase where she pretended to do that stuff and just let herself do childish shit. And they both attribute these actions as growth, and they're but I grew up and I'm better now, and they're having trouble saying this without the other person hearing you're bad and immature.
Yeah, I they both grew, quote unquote, grew past what the other one is.
Yeah,
and it's yeah. Man, fuck this game. It's making me feel and think. Shit.
Yeah.
Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of that getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this.
Yeah, you can't focus on the reading when your peace is disturbed, right?
Fuck you. Am I gonna hear God say get her? Am I gonna hear that shit?
What?
Am I gonna hear him say it? I heard him a lot say.
Have you been hearing God too?
Fucking get her, girl.
I thought it was just me.
Because because
Oh, you like her.
the literature club should be happy for everyone.
Oh,
I just like how she's petite and strong and says what she wants, and oh man, it gets me all aflutter. Monica looks at Yuri in adoration.
I feel like Sayori must be rubbing off on me because I really want to hug you right about now.
Oh! But I'm a kisser, and I can't get past that. I can't abandon what I am.
Ha! Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Maybe a kiss would help. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind, so... Monica pulls Yuri in for a short embrace.
You're so gentle.
Okay, now it is getting awkward.
I love how you communicate your feelings. I feel lucky to get to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too.
I'm going to write her a letter.
Oh, a letter? What a great idea.
Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me. I forget to say all the important things. And I say things I don't mean. You know, I feel bad for this, but I dated a girl in college that's the way she was, and I am so not that. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking write a letter. I'm just gonna say the things that I feel and think.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like a letter writer. And man, I shut that down. I shut that shit down so hard. When she would be like, this is how I feel. I wrote it all down, so please listen. And I'm like, just be honest and say the things to me. Instead of thinking so much about them and writing them down. Yeah, so this is hitting home a little bit where I'm like, ooh, shouldn't have done that one.
Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. It's such a nice way to communicate. Anyone who says otherwise is just a right asshole.
Oh, it feels bad. Ooh. Yuri's face hardens with determination. People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you and Sayori. My personality's just isn't suited for that.
No one's gravitated towards me. I just also gravitated towards Sayori.
True. And I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. God knows that's the fucking truth. Try turning 20. Try graduating college. Tell me about how friendships appear. Ugh. Shit's so hard, man.
Yeah.
You gotta plan shit out.
Oh god.
And then they show up to like a couple's date and they're kind of awkward and you're kind of awkward. And they have kids and you don't, so it's kind of hard to relate. And man, ooh.
When they bring their kids with them and they keep trying to show you all their Pokemon.
And I'm talking to their kids about Pokemon instead of the family that I'm trying to make friends with. It's awful. And they think I'm a fucking weirdo.
Would you like to be my friend?
Yeah. It's just fucking awful, man. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me so that we can get along. I think it was the same with you. You both gave me a lot of time and patience. And I wonder if she feels the same way.
Natsuki.
Yuri nods. I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. Man, that shit's just wrong. That there's a type of person or a magical formula I have to follow in order to make someone like me.
Oh, that is true, though, yeah.
Three-toed
eyes.
I mean, it isn't, but it also... Like, there's a lot of tools you can use as if you want to call it a formula, but like... There's a shit ton of patterns that you can use to like help yourself out in social situations.
You
Where it's
know?
like, yeah, I know this'll be good. Like this will help get the ball rolling. And it's just like me to think that way. Always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes her head. Friendship happens when you think about the other person. When you offer time and effort to understand them and respect them and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned through my observations in the literature club.
Observations.
Monica is caught by surprise.
Have you been taking notes? You've been people
Oh,
watching.
has she? Oh, that would
Yep.
be cute if she has.
Yep.
Yuri is always kept to herself so much that it's unusual to hear her suddenly talk about the club like this. Like she's listening when she's reading and
Yeah.
shit. That's cute. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sayori too. And it makes me happy because I learn a lot of things.
That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant so much to you.
Aww.
Much even.
Monica never thought much of it. But in the past weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to problems and concerns of others. Always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. Oh. It's true. Sayori and Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people and can more easily work through situations of conflict. But that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and the capacity to improve. And the first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. Something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monica can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. Hell yeah. How many people gonna get got, dude?
I don't know, dude.
How many gots are there gonna be getting?
How many gots have we gonna get?
A very shy girl with long, pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways.
Oh, Monica. Oh, shit.
Her fist pressed into her collarbone. When she finds the literature club president's classroom, she stands
Wait,
at
hold
the
on.
door.
This can't be
and looks
Monica
all
because
around her.
Monica's the literature club president. Hold on, who's this?
Monica is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected. This was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monica glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she can regain her composure and decide for sure to leave, the club room door gently opens. Don't say gently opens. Don't say... yeah.
I thought I said pretty girl. What the fuck? Yuri, what a surprise to see you during lunch.
This game's trying to be positive, man. Even if it's lies. Yuri squeaks like a mouse in response. Please help me.
What? Is everything okay?
Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought there was some kind of emergency.
Oh, she went and found her, like, in a classroom. Or
Yeah.
was she sitting in the literature club classroom?
Oh, yeah, it's during lunch in the normal class hour.
Okay.
She was sitting with her friends eating lunch in the classroom.
Oh, okay. Monica briefly glances over her shoulder at her other friends.
Do you want some help? We can go find an empty classroom or something.
Is that okay? I feel bad taking you away from your friends.
It's totally fine, I promise. We weren't really doing anything. One sec.
Monica trots back into her classroom, saying something like, I gotta go. Sorry, my weird friends.
Peace out!
No! Not him! Anyone but him! I gotta go to her friends, then grabs a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri.
Okay, let's find somewhere quiet.
Yuri nods and follows Monica as the two of them set off. How are you today?
Oh, me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was off guard.
Did you bring your sushi with you?
What
What the fuck?
I'm fine.
You said you weren't doing anything, but you were eating.
I stored it in my cheeks like a hamster. I'm doing well today. I'm just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week.
She pulls another piece of sushi out of her bra, stuffs it in her mouth. How come? How come you did that?
That's suspicious as fuck. Go back in the history.
Yeah.
I never get enough sleep during the week. I don't know. She's doing some shit. I don't trust it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm distracted. I get sucked into things and start neglecting the time."
The fact that there's so much in here, I understand that like they're writing this specifically as like a prequel to the main story, right? Or well, yeah, it has to be a prequel because the club was already established by the time all the main story was happening. But there's so many things that are callbacks to the main story that I wonder if Monica is up to something.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we continue. Oh wait, did you get to read that one?
Yes, I read this.
Okay. Me too. I do that too.
Hey, this classroom's empty. Let's go in here.
After peering inside, Monica opens a classroom door, and the two of them enter. Hello? Is anyone in here? Nobody's hiding in here, are they? Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. She watches as Monica pulls 2 chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monica beckons her to take a seat. She stares down at the empty desk.
You nervous?
I don't want to do this.
We don't have to. We can come up with something else.
Yuri shakes her head. It's my chance to do something good. I need to take initiative.
Gosh, you must really be determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you.
Yuri pushes through her anxiety.
Didn't they just go over a second ago that she previously thought the way to make friends was to be someone she wasn't and like try really hard to do things that she wasn't comfortable with?
Yep.
And that's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of them things that, you know, like it's not necessarily good or bad. It's just kind of like I don't know. Shit's weird. Yuri pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper from her notebook. She then picks up her pen. They sit together nervously and write. They're very cute together. Monica is still eating her sushi and tiny pieces of rice keep appearing on the page.
Hey, you're left-handed. That's neat.
Actually I'm not.
I'm amphibious.
I'm actually not left-handed. It's just it's really convenient for this drawing. You're like I'm like a tadpole.
What?
I'm amphibious.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
I don't have to worry about bumping your arm.
Monica playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. I mean, not that I'm not going to.
Sorry. I'm just being silly, I guess. Anyway, how about we start by listing the different things you want to say to her?
Yuri thinks. I feel embarrassed all of a sudden.
Oh, it's okay.
They're so fucking... And she's still doing like the hair twirl thing.
Yeah.
Monica's so fucking cute too.
Okay. Yes, my lord. How about some of the things you said to me yesterday?
Yes, my lord. But never mind, I guess I'll try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer, her tension evident. Then she writes the word reflection. This is about my reflection on our behavior. The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but have been able to separately be friends with Sayori and Monica.
That's me. That's my name. I know my name.
Very good, Monica.
You can ask me my name if you forget.
Yeah. So, Yuri thinks, I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests.
Mm-hmm. Same goes for Natsuki too. We started off as pretty hostile to each other, but I was so worried about getting what I wanted. But she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same.
I want to do
that. So what kind of things do you want to do for her?
I'm not copying you. This is about me. This isn't a...
Oh shit, I'm doing it again. It's fine
fuck.
It's fine for you to copy me. I'm perfect. I did it right, so it only makes sense you'd want to do it too.
Oh, Mrs. Perfect in here.
Yes,
You're right-handed.
Yes,
You've got beautiful eyes and
you
great
you
hair
was listening it just earlier in the hallway.
You're fucking a great kisser.
Oh yeah.
It's terrible.
Say more. Keep on.
I want to do the same thing for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to the things I talk about and not just brush me off. I like it when my feelings are taken seriously. And I like when you and Sayori trust that I want to be a good person, even when I'm not doing a good job at it.
Let's write those things down.
This is so fucking cute, dude. Look at him! Okay. Yuri writes some things down. Oh, look! Continuity!
They wrote it!
Wow!
It's on the paper!
Holy
Wait,
shit!
that's a very small
Monica!
paper, or they're running. There's so little space left. Hold on.
Monica is shocked! She can write!
Get rid of the text bubble. There's so little room left.
How the fuck did she write that when she can't write letters? How?
I don't know.
Oh wait, they're just scribbles. Never mind. I'm sorry. I have been waiting. I've been holding on to that for so long. This is my time.
Glad you delivered it at just the right time. It would be a shame if that nugget got lost. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable. We should make sure to put the letter. We should make sure that the letter puts her first. It's hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things they're doing wrong. I think first you have to make sure they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them, and admit the things that you feel you could do better. Then finally, you ask what you'd like in return. How does that sound for the structure? It could be 3 paragraphs, 1 for each of those points.
I like that. My thoughts are so disorganized, I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at so many things.
Oh, go on. Go on. Keep on.
Oh, stop, but I mean...
You've done so much more than I have, you know. I mean, not as well as me, obviously, but... You spent so much time reflecting and being open-minded. It's the hardest thing for anyone to do. All I'm doing is help you put on a piece of paper. So I think you're the amazing one.
Monica gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. But as she lets go, she's caught by surprise when Yuri curls her fingers to hook Monica's hand in place. For a while they sit in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Yesterday you told me something that I'm thinking a lot about. Or I'm thinking about a lot.
What was that?
The thing about how feelings aren't right or wrong, and that they're just a state of being we need to come to terms with. It made me really think about how a person's behavior isn't always just how they decide to be. You're not your feelings. It's also made up of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that helps me see other people as actual people rather than as insignificant side characters who are out to get me somehow.
Is that how you felt about Natsuki?
Yuri nods. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best, and everyone wants to be happy. Monica peers over at Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri pulls it in closer, partially covering it with her arm.
I've been able to read it to help. I have to be able to read it to help out, you know.
It's okay. You don't have to. My thoughts are a lot more organized now after being able to talk to you about it. Now that I'm actually putting it on paper, I realize I'd really prefer others not to read it. Yuri laughs softly to herself, a rare expression.
I'm kind of glad to hear that, actually. What?
It's a fucking unfitting laugh.
She just got a fucking goofy laugh, dude.
Gosh.
Where's the banjo? I can't tell if it's banjo or goofy.
She snorts when she laughs too.
I'm kind of glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to butt into this whole thing. I've done enough damage.
You have a great butt too. And...
What? Oh yes, go on. Keep on. But it's also been wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but...
Yuri smiles. I will always be terrible at these things.
Don't say that out loud. What the fuck?
People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one.
You're some kind of alien.
I won't tell if you don't.
What? Really?
But listening to you so much has really helped me to make sense of some things. So just don't call it damage, please.
Don't call what damage?
Monica gives Yuri a gentle smile.
I sort of lost the thought. I lost the plot of it all.
I don't understand. I'm just gonna smile and pretend like I do. I can't believe I came to this club looking for fantasy geeks, and all I got was real friends who value me. You know, fucking psychology nerds.
Is that a joke?
Of course it is.
I still can't tell with you.
Sorry. No,
I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
I love it more. Never change.
As you wish.
Are you asking for a kiss now?
I won't tell if you don't.
Oh,
Jerry
God.
glances at the clock. We still have time. Oh wait, we're almost out of time!
That clock's upside down! Will you be able to finish?
If I had a nickel. Before the end of the day, or before the end of the day, probably. But I don't want to come to the club the same day as Natsuki reads it. I'm so fucking shy, it's killing me even writing it.
I can give it to her instead if you'd like. Like, even.
Yuri nods.
Like.
Loik's the
Loitering.
hard word.
Loitering, even.
As long as you promise not to read it.
Of course, I promise.
You fucking liar.
What?
Yuri
I
exhales,
never...
and the two stand up. I'll message you when it's ready. Monica nods.
How ominous. Good luck. I'm here if you need me.
Yuri returns the nod, and the two depart.
Oh. Did get some
Pictures!
hand-holding. Oh, she dropping papers everywhere? She says, oh no, my papers!
Fuck!
There's so many papers!